All right, I've been testing out Aegis. I've been testing out the different uh, IDEs, AI IDEs. Today I'm working with anti-gravity. So my project is to help people who work with professionals, especially like in the nursing space, where there's need for education, in service, contact hours, uh, things like that. So I'm creating a platform called the Aegis Manager that will help train nurse managers when they're placed in that position, able to gamify that process. I mean, because I'm in it now, so I felt the need to create something that that'll simulate a game. So let's look at it. Uh, So the beautiful thing about anti-gravity, and this is playing in the same field as Cursor, in the same field as Gemini CLI, Claude CLI. Um, that's the space that this is playing in. That anti-gravity is playing in. Trying to find the best screen for you guys. Uh, all right. So if you've never actually tried anti-gravity, it's a Google product. I found out about anti-gravity the same time when I found out about Google AI Studios. Similar but lightweight for your web apps and small applications. But IDE is supposed to let you, at least these are the pros of using it. You get this free, it's very generous with rate limits. Google has a lot of money, so they'll let you use the AI credits and without as much restrictions as you would if you were using Riplet or some other really terrible ones like Lovable and Bolt. Another pro of anti-gravity AI IDE is that you're getting agent first design, autonomous agents plan code, and they'll also test using the editor or the terminal browser, which is what I'm doing now, where I have anti-gravity log in to a browser, log into my app, into the app project that it's actually building, and test it like a user would while making notes of all the shit that's wrong with it, so we can fix it. When you use anti-gravity, you also multi-agent orchestration and parallel tasks. And what that means is that here multiple uh, you get to choose which LLM you want to work with. Gen 3 uh, Flash, which is their new latest language model, is good. But based on user reviews, Claude Opus 4.5 is at the top currently when it comes to coding. I did notice that Grok is not represented here. You know, there's a lot of hate for Elon and his products. So we continue to test it with a goal of getting and pushing out a working product. Right now, it's been deployed on Vercel, so it's live. You can actually use it, but I'm just trying to fine tune it and make the product a working product. Uh, iron out the kinks. That's busy, okay? Mara, come here. So when you use anti-gravity, you'll also notice that you can verify artifacts like the plans and screenshots for transparency. It also has a built-in browser automation for testing, like I just showed you. If it's a copy of the VS Code, which is a very well-known IDE platform, so you can connect with GitHub and you can push and commit your repositories. But here's the challenges. Here are the challenges when you're using anti-gravity. Sometimes it just keeps building and goes into loops. There's a lot of bugs in the code. It will crash on you sometimes, and you have to reset. A few times I've had to just restart the whole thing because it'll just start going in circles and circles and not getting anywhere. So I think that if someone, this is also where the user comes in. If I was someone who had experience with coding and I knew what I was doing, it'd be a whole lot easier to make this thing do what I wanted to do. But since I don't have any coding experience and I'm relying completely on the language model to spit out the right bits, so I if it runs into problems, I just have to restart it and hope that it works the next time, the next go around. But I continue to test out anti-gravity. My other alternative is to use cloud cloud code. That's an inline command agent. We'll work on that when that time comes in. For now, just testing using anti-gravity. I'm gonna share a different screen now so you guys can get to understand what I'm talking about. When I mean, it can use the browser. Basically, it uses the browser to test your project. Not a lot of CLIs or not a lot of these LLMs can do this. See this right here? It's basically testing the app by itself. Another downside to using anti-gravity is that it also does have rate limits and quotas that can exhaust quickly. There's a steep learning curve if you've never tried your hands on some of these um, platforms before, especially the AI IDEs. But learning curve is only when you expose yourself. I always say that the best way to stay ahead in this new AI era is to just try different things. When you hear 11 labs, go test it. When you hear when you hear cursor, go test it. When you hear a project like um, Ripley, Ripley, go test it. So when you expose yourself to these projects and try them out without any specific goal, you get to learn it and you become slightly more educated than the rest. That's where your intuition kicks in because when you use these items, even with as a person who's never coded before, just by trying these different products I've tested out. Sweetheart, I'm busy. Daddy's busy, okay? So what happens is when you test these different projects, you start building an intuition so that whenever you get your hands or you have an opportunity to try another one, okay, just go inside, okay? The door is bothering me. Don't take. What was that? Um, all right, that's enough. Go check on baby. All right, where did we stop? I was testing out the Google Anti-Gravity IDE as I work on my Aegis project. I shared with you some of the pros and the cons, and uh, one of the cons is that there's a potential security risk when agent tools uh, with from agent tool access. There's limited extensions, rough integration in places, model lock-in, and privacy concerns. But it definitely works like an IDE. It will generate the code, it'll build a project, and you can commit to the repository on GitHub. Here are all the files. So it's definitely working. But we seem to have been stuck in this loop for a while now. I've been on it here for at least 30 minutes. And so it just communicates to you what it's doing in natural language. I found the root cause of both bugs. The browser sub-agent confirmed. This is a critical mismatch between the Google Generative AI SDK, and so it's going to try to fix it. So it's going to fix the server.js to use the correct API for the new SDK. And right here, notice that there's a change that needs to be committed, and you can generate the comment before you commit. In this case, it's a feature, add generate content helper function for Google Generative AI SDK integration. So it's still working. So right now it's restarting the server. To give you an idea of the project that I'm working on here, it's the Aegis Manager. It's a 90-day origin story, gamifying the transition from nurse to nurse manager. The Aegis Manager is an AI powered gaming onboarding platform designed specifically for new nurse managers. It transforms the often overwhelming first 90 days of leadership into an engaging hero's journey, breaking down the complex management tasks into achievable quests. By combining psychological safety gamification and advanced AI coaching, Aegis helps new leaders build confidence, connect with their teams, and master the art of healthcare management. The key features are a gamified quest system, AI-powered mentorship, vulnerability vlogging, progress tracking and leaderboards, resource library. Tech stack, front end is React, VT, TypeScript, Tailwind, CSS. State management is Zostand. Backend is Superbase. AI, we're currently using the Google Gemini API. So we are vibe coding, y'all. Vibe coding in real time. This is what vibe coding is. For a lot of you who don't have any experience with coding, you can do it all in natural language with a platform like Anti Gravity that lets you test the project as you build it, and it generates the code just by talking to it in natural language. So I find myself just clicking okay, 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 yes, yes, just proceed to get it to do stuff. Because alternatively, um, I don't try to read what its thought process because I don't understand and I can't help it. So I just accept and let it figure it out itself. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it's a total dud and it crashes and gets stuck in a loop. But right now it seems that it's still working, so we just keep clicking OK, progress, accept, confirm, and hopefully sooner or later we can get a working project. Sooner than later.
So I'm doing the rest of it.
Uh,
I don't know if there's something wrong with me or if that's really heavy.
The results from both API tests, whether the reflection API now returns a valid prompt, whether the roadmap API returns a 200 status with valid JSON data, these models. Anyway, so there's good progress. The error has changed from, so it looks like we're making progress in fixing the problems. I just have to pay attention and be ready to click accept changes, move forward, proceed. I want to make it do it automatically because it makes no difference if I accept it or I don't. Well, actually, it does shouldn't it shouldn't require my permission because I don't know what I'm doing. So it should just auto. I'm gonna look for the setting that allows it to auto implement changes. So it's still working. It says running right here. It hasn't required my input for a while. Okay, well there we go. Click confirm and let it keep doing its thing. So we've been on this project now going on an hour. The language model has been running for an hour now on the same project. So I can safely say that it's pretty slow. So I spend a lot of time on X. That's where I get ideas on what's trending in terms of vibe coding. Just follow similar threads. And sometimes when I come across a GitHub repo that I feel may be useful to my project, I just ask AI to let me know if it makes any sense to use the repo or not. Mm, mm, I just asked it to auto continue, but it's not doing it. This AI boom that we're walking into is going to be far bigger than anything you can possibly imagine. Try your hands on the different tools, get accustomed to them, and that's how you give yourself a slight edge. When you expose yourself to the tools daily, you suddenly become proficient with using them. You earn a sixth sense, an intuition for what works and what doesn't. Looks like it's concluded its tasks here. So it gives me a summary of what it's done so far. All right, as you can see, it fixed the bugs and it's happy with it. So let's go ahead and commit the changes and then we're going to test the product. All right, we've committed latest changes. Now let's share something else. So this is what the project looks like. Welcome to Aegis. Let's build your personalized 90-day roadmap. Let's say we're in an oncology infusion. That's the unit name. Could be chemo room, whatever. Team size, 5 nurses, 3 medical assistants, 2 pharmacy techs. All right. Shortage. Staff. Staff is shortage. So I can see that it's actually using AI to generate my origin story. Our AI CNO is analyzing your unit challenges. Something went wrong. Okay, there's an error message that popped up. That's not good. So when I click initialize roadmap, it does not. I get an error message. So right there, even though anti-gravity claimed to have fixed the bugs, I'm still running into issues as you can see. Yeah, I get an error message. I don't know if y'all can see it, but you can't see the error message, but it's there. So now, yeah, that's the issue with anti-gravity. It doesn't pick up the bugs like it should. So now I'm gonna stop sharing We're gonna go back to anti-gravity, and I'm gonna use a different language model to test it. See, you can do a planning mode or fast mode. Planning mode allows you to use less resources, less tokens, and create a plan before you execute it. Fastest, it executes right away. It makes changes right away. So this time I'm gonna choose a different model. I'm gonna go with Flash, Gemini 3 Flash, and I'm gonna tell it to. I'm gonna tell it to test user experience and report back. I know Gemini 3 Flash is very fast, faster than Opus. You can see right there how quickly it's moving. Quickly launches the browser and it's testing it. I'm gonna show you guys what it's doing here. I don't even know what this is. So that's the AI testing out the product in real time. You can see it. It's manipulating the browser and using the project like a human user would. I have to say it's a lot faster than the Opus LLM. So let's see what it does here. It's probably waiting for my confirmation. No, it's thinking. Let's see if it suggests any changes. Just sitting right now, just thinking. Agent needs my input. I hit confirm. Let's see what it does. It's a slow, painstaking process. You can't be in a hurry. We're already an hour into this project, and 54 minutes to be precise. It just needs my entry. So it's doing some stuff in the back end. Yeah, just still sitting there. Just gotta be patient with it. This is still faster and cheaper than any human developer. I'll just show you guys the IDE instead, since there's not much going on the screen. You can see what the IDE is doing. It's already making some editing on each file. So far, I made some changes to. It suggested a SQL that I can run in the Superbase editor. So I'm going to copy this And we're gonna go over to Superbase. Just make sure I have Superbase open. I think I've closed it out. This is the Superbase dashboard, and I'm gonna paste that into the AI chat over here, and it should take it from there. Run query. So as you can see, you don't have to be technical anymore. You just talk to the AI and it can do stuff for you. A lot of these startups are now integrating AI conversations that lets you tell the AI what you want to do, and it can implement it on your project versus trying to read the documents yourself and figure it out yourself. Yeah, we've come a long way from that. So executed to select policies created for that. Outcome statements completed successfully. Policies created. If you want, I can list policies in this public schema to confirm their presence. Should I list them now? No. Okay, so we're gonna go back to anti-gravity and let it know that we've made the changes. It does suggest some UX suggestions or improvements. The dashboard is currently very dense. I'm gonna share this with you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. The dashboard is currently very dense with side missions, habits, and mentor matches. Consider adding a collapsible sidebar or a guided tour that points new users towards the most important daily actions first. Onboarding validation. While I've fixed the crash, I recommend adding more visual feedback. Example, a checkmark or success animation when a unit name is entered to make it more obvious that the user is ready to proceed. So right there, I like these changes and I'm gonna tell it to go ahead and implement the UX suggestions. And copy it and put it in here. It's probably a better way to do this, but I'm gonna do it this way. So let's see what it's gonna do. I just instructed it to go ahead and make the UI upgrades that it suggested. This is the beauty of this vibe coding because you can just tell it in natural language what you want it to do. You can ask it what it suggests, and you can turn around and tell it to go ahead and implement those suggestions. It's cool. So we wait. We allow it to do its thing. So it made the changes. Have implemented the requested UX improvements to enhance onboarding. These changes make the application feel more alive and significantly reduce cognitive load. All right, well, we're going to test it and see what happens. We'll first commit the changes. You guys can watch the change. Let's test the app and see what happens. Refresh. Ta-da. Enter doesn't work. Hi, nurse burnout. All right, let's see if it works this time. This is where we met our choke point earlier. So let's see if it works this time. Yay! We made progress. We made progress indeed. Okay. All right, so this is what the front page of the project looks like. Daily gratitude, team shout out, quick stretch, one-to-one touch point, have a meaningful conversation with the direct report. And so as you can see, there's, ooh, this doesn't look good. System malfunction. Oh no. Hmm. Yeah, we've got problems with it. Well, like I told you guys, this is the issue here. Even though I'm getting positive feedback from the IDE, when I try to test the product, it doesn't work like it should. So we need to find a different plan. So I'm gonna go to Git ingest only because I want to copy the whole thing. Git ingest. I want to copy the entire project files from the repo. I'm gonna go ahead and copy the repo, and we're gonna put it in Git ingest and turn it into LLM so that I can take it to a different LLM. So it rejected because it's a private repo, and here I have to get a private token in order for it to work. And you do that by going back to GitHub and getting a private access token. So right now I'm on GitHub attempting to obtain a private access token for Git ingest. Go to settings. busy. So I gotta figure out how to get that access token. They used to be they move things around on GitHub. So sometimes it'll take longer to find things that you normally know where it. All right, so we've got one now. We're gonna copy it in here and hit ingest one more time, and it should work this time. There we go. So I'm gonna copy all, and my goal is to take it to an AI like Grok. I like using Grok, and we're gonna copy it in here and ask Grok to analyze it. I did have a previous conversation about this app with Grok that I probably use because sometimes it's better to just stay on the same thread. That way, it has memory of previous conversations about that this specific topic. So right here, I'm looking for my conversation. Still looking. Okay, found it. So I'm gonna copy it in here instead. And let's see what it's gotta say. Let's see what it does. So it's analyzing the files now. Let's see what it does. Okay, so it's made some suggestions. I'm going to ask it to generate code to implement changes. There we go. And it spits out the code. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to take it to our friends over at Anti Gravity and see what they can do with it. So we're going to see what it does. What the suggested changes. just sounds so positive. So, yeah, we're 2 hours in and very minimal progress. This is why I put it to it's not as good as the market to be. It takes too long, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Hmm. There we go. We've reached, we've been capped off. So we're going to go back to product just to see what happens. This one slowed down quick. Super, super slow. The server keeps exiting. Let me check if there's already a server coming to try it. Too many bugs. 1 minute it's running, that's me. Like red. That means there's no. I don't know if the board required. It's me just sitting here patiently doing it. I'd much rather I could have the agents do this thing like this one. In the background, just work and fix it now. Shouldn't have to sit and babysit it. It's very practical. No, I got an error message. Very nervous. This button. Move on to the second one. Well, that's what the app looks like now.